Hey guys, what's going on? It's this kid, and we're going to talk about how to get all of these Cervid mounts from Protoform synthesis in 9.2. So just like the other Protoform synthesis videos, we're going to talk about how to get the lattice, how to get the schematic, how to get the rare item needed for the mounts, and how to get Genesis motes the most efficient way possible. So the first thing we'll go over from that list is going to be Genesis motes. You're going to need a decent amount of Genesis motes for each of these mounts, and the best way to get that is in Southwest Zereth at Genesis Fields. There's going to be a bunch of Devourers popping out of portals. You're going to kill those. It's the most efficient way to get Genesis motes, and I have a specific farm you could check out in the description, but besides that, you just go, you kill the Devourers, and they pop right out of the portal after you kill them. So infinite spawn rate, you get a ton of Genesis motes, and that is pretty much, as far as I know, the most efficient way. Now on to the Cervid Lattice. So for the Cervid Lattice, there's going to be a couple things to know. The first one is going to be Chitali the Eldest, the Cervid Rare, is going to have a 4% chance to drop the lattice, so you want to do that whenever it's up. The second thing is that there's going to be two different farms you could do. The first one is going to be in Southeast Zereth at these coordinates. What's going to be there is native Cervids, and you'll be able to group them. They're very compact. They have a pretty quick respawn rate, so it makes it easy to farm the lattice. The second farm is going to be in the central part of Zereth at the two lakes on the bottom of the circle. So you're going to go around there and kill maw-touched grazers. You can pretty much just run in a circle and try to catch as many as you can. They have a little bit higher of a chance to drop the lattice than the native Cervids, but they are a little bit more spread out, so it's really whichever farm you want to go with. And now on to the actual schematics and rare items for these mounts. The first one is the one we all started off with right when you get Protoform synthesis for mounts. You're gonna get this mount. It's called Deathrunner, and pretty much all you have to do is you unlock Protoform synthesis for mounts. It's gonna be the third column, second row of the cipher of the first ones. You're gonna complete the quest chain that starts with finding Tali and unlocks Protoform synthesis. Eventually, you get the schematic for Deathrunner, and it pretty much just gives it to you for free, so nothing really needed for that. And now we'll talk about the Pale Regal Cervid. So for the schematic for this mount, it's just going to be a reward from completing all of the cipher of the first one's research. You have to complete everything, and then you get a achievement, and along with that achievement is going to come the schematic. Unfortunately, the rare for this mount is going to be a little bit harder to get. It's called Protoform Sentience Crown. There isn't anything in Zereth that has a super high chance to drop this item, but there are two farms that I've found that work pretty well for this. The first one is going to be in Southeast Zereth at the Blooming Foundry. That'll be at the big kind of gate thing on the map at these coordinates. Over here, you're going to kill Forgotten Caretakers, and you pretty much just run around the entire vault, and they should be respawned by the time you get back around. The second farm is only going to be available at certain times, but it's going to be the dominated Giro that are below Takwitz in northern Zereth. These are a little bit better of a farm because they're more compact. You can AoE them down, and they have the same chance to drop the crown as the Forgotten Caretakers. Just to give a little bit more information though, these are only going to be available when the daily quest called Dangerous State is active. And now for the final mount called Reigns of the Sundered Zerethsteed. The schematic for this mount is going to be located inside of the Mossworn cache at these coordinates. There's going to be a bunch of mobs around it, there usually is, but if you already got this cache before you got Protoform synthesis, you go to the same place and there's just going to be a scroll. It's basically just the schematic on the ground. And then the rare for this item is going to be called Mawforged Bridle, and this is going to come from the high value cache inside Sepulchre of the First Ones or inside of Olea cache. In the high value cache, it's going to be a 100% chance, but in the Olea cache, it's going to be a 0.5% chance. And that's because the high value cache is a lot harder to get. The Olea cache just costs 700 ciphers of the First Ones at Olea Manu outside of Exile's Hollow. So first things first, we'll go over how to get the Olea cache. The Olea cache is only available from Olea Manu, and Olea Manu is going to be unlocked after the second column, second row of the Cipher the First One's research is completed. At that point, you complete a quest line, and the quest line is going to end up with Jiro to Hero, and after that, you'll unlock Olea Manu. He'll be right outside the Exile's Hollow. You're going to be able to buy a bunch of stuff from him, but specifically the Olea cache is going to be what you're looking for this rare item. As for the high value cache, it's going to be a little bit different and a little bit harder. You're going to have to go into the Sepulchre of the First Ones on normal or higher difficulty. Can't do this on Raid Finder. Once that's done, you're going to kill the first boss and get to the sandy area right before Artificer Zymox. Once you get there, you'll see a chest covered in a red bubble on the left side, and in order to get this open, you're going to have to kill Taskmaster Zypro, who's walking around. He's kind of a spider broker amalgamation thing. You're going to kill him with 3 smaller brokers alive around him. So he has to be dead, and the 3 brokers have to be alive. Also, they have to be pretty close in range in order to give him a buff called Synergy. Once he gets 3 stacks of Synergy, he gets a buff called Security Override. Security Override is going to allow him to drop Security Override Orb, which is going to be what's used to unlock the cache. I have kind of a better explanation and a visual of what happens when you do this. I'll link that in the description, but that is how to get the Mawforged Bridle. And with that, that's all the mounts. There's not too many Cervids, and generally they're pretty easy to get, but if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Besides that, have a good rest of your day, and happy farming.